daily life has changed for us post-diagnosis. Before Ronan had his diagnosis, daily life was very isolated. If someone wanted to come and visit, they couldn't, and in the event that someone did, we couldn't let them into the house. I remember feeling just devastated when family members told me how they weren't happy that we just didn't have a relationship anymore, because I was so 100% caught up in looking after Ronan. We just didn't have not only a social life, but we just didn't have a life to speak of, didn't have a quality of life. So before Ronan's diagnosis, we were very, very isolated. People couldn't even come into the house. Our other sons couldn't have their friends coming over, and it was just very, very, very stressful, very tiring for everybody. After Ronan's diagnosis, things have changed in that we've approached things differently now. Ronan still can't leave home very often. He still gets very anxious about going out. When Ronan struggles to cope, we now have strategies in place where we can help him to regulate his emotions. So having a diagnosis has helped us to know how to best help him. Having a child with autism is tiring, emotionally tiring. It means our family home has to be very calm at all times, which is something that actually our children have struggled with a little bit, because sometimes you need to express how you feel at home. That's what home is for. But when you can't do that, you have to keep a lid on everything. So we had children who just really struggled to talk about how they felt when they felt sad or angry or upset. So as a whole family, we have autism. We have to put strategies in place to make sure that we're looking after our mental health, that we're getting breaks. Having a child with autism is so rewarding. We have a relationship that is completely unique, that I know that every family doesn't get to have. Every family who has autism doesn't get to have that necessarily. So we're really, really thankful for the experiences that we do get to have with Ronan. Ronan feels emotions so strongly that it's almost like you're experiencing them with them. It's really difficult to watch your child in such pain and distress and not be able to help, not be able to just put your arms around him and tell him it's okay. To not be able to comfort him as a mum is so distressing. But we also have really amazing times. When Ronan laughs, it's the whole world. When things are going really well, we feel that exquisitely. So for all of us, our emotions are heightened quite often. Socially, we have to do things very differently. So we need to plan for everything. We need to plan for shopping trips. Holidays we generally can't do because they're very difficult. From things like meal times, where other people can't eat what Ronan's having to eat, or he has to have it. So, for every part of our life, from bathing and eating to, things that normal families, to things that other families would take for granted. We don't feel like a typical family, but in a really good way, I think.